guest. My next guest is a best-selling author. Her latest books, Confessions of a Wild Child and the Lucky Santangelo Cookbook, are... A cookbook, Jackie? They're in stores now. I'll talk to her about it. Jackie Collins, everybody. Jackie Collins. Jackie Collins.
Yes.
Gosh, you are lovely.
Craig Ferguson.
It's lovely to see. I didn't know you'd written a cookbook.
I did. I wrote it especially for you.
Did you really? You did
look
not.
like you needed a little fattening up because you're getting too handsome. Whoa.
Oh, I think somebody is a little bit too Hollywood this evening.
Oh.
Hey,
yes.
what is it based on? What
it's
Lucky
based on my character,
eats?
yeah, and I thought it would be fun to do illustrations of Lucky, little scenes between her and Lenny, and these fabulous recipes and great drinks. There's a drink there called the Jackie Collins, created by Wolfgang Puck.
Really? Has it got alcohol in it?
It has, but you could have a virgin. You've had a virgin, haven't you?
I've never had a virgin Jackie Collins.
Yeah, I think that would be a bit difficult. Bit late
No. A man can dream. Hey, do you know, remember you put me in that book? You said I was based on a character in your...
Don Verona.
Right.
Yes, well, let me just, this is a surprise. Okay, I'm going to describe Don Verona to you. Don Verona was movie star handsome with jet black hair, dark eyes, rugged feature, and a trademark 2-day stubble. He was an extremely
This isn't me
successful...
at all.
It's him, isn't it, ladies?
No.
Yes. He was an extremely successful late-night talk show
Definitely not me.
He was Letterman without the Midwest hang-ups. He was Leno without the insults. And he was Craig Ferguson without the Scottish accent.
Oh, that's the clue. Yeah,
yes.
All right. Yeah.
Yes.
That's funny.
Okay.
But I never knew.
Yes.
There was an old movie of mine on cable the other day, and I stopped as I was going by.
Right.
And there was a scene in it. I wrote the movie.
Yes.
And you're mentioned in it, and I forgot to tell you this.
Oh, that's
There's a
charming.
guy in a book. He's reading a book, and someone says to him, "What you reading?" And he says, "Kafka." And he says, "Oh, I'm reading a Jackie Collins at the moment." And then he says, "It's a Jackie Collins would be better. You wouldn't get a giant bug in a Jackie Collins book." And then he describes, the Kafka story Metamorphosis.
Yes.
But in the style of Jackie Collins. His wiggly woggly arms held her tight and all that kind of stuff.
But you would get a giant something. If
You would get a giant something in a Jackie Collins book for sure. Yeah.
Because you got to have fun.
You do like a racy bit of dialogue and scenes said. You do write some very good sex scenes, I have to say.
Oh, thank you. I've been doing it a long time.
So have I, but I can't write it.
You can talk. Your book was so filthy.
Very filthy,
and so literary. It was a great combination, literary and filth.
Well, my theory is that women like to read their porn, whereas men like to see it. So if you can... Like, men like to look at pictures and go, oh, but women like to think about it and go...
No, women like to see it, too. I mean...
Do they? Well, that's disappointing.
Do you watch gigolos? Do you watch gigolos on television?
I've seen bits of it on my friend Joel's show. He shows clips of it, but I've never watched that.
It's hilarious.
Yeah,
It's funny. I think women like to kind of laugh at porn. Because when you see graphic porn, it's always very angry. And you're thinking, well, nobody's having a good time, so what's the point of this?
Right. Okay, well, we can agree to differ. But
Do you watch a lot?
I don't watch a lot of porn, actually. I think sex to me is a little bit like billiards. It's very, very boring to watch, but it's very fun to play.
And and you try to get the ball in the pocket.
And always try to get the ball in the pocket. Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. It's just.
Yes.
It's a technique that I learned in Europe, and I feel that the ladies appreciate it. No, I do think it's erotica. It's not really. You don't write erotica. You just write erotic scenes in stories.
I write relationships. I
right,
write
you do.
all kind of people. All colors, all sexual orientation, all ages. So there's something for everybody, and that's what I think it is. I mean, we live a life where we see everybody every day. I mean, you walk out, and I try not to write closed books. I try to write books that are about everybody, and they're fun and they're sexy, and people can have a good time with them.
Yeah, you're a renowned beach author, aren't you? Like, people read your stuff in the beach. I think what happens is, you have a couple of alcoholic beverages, lie in the sun too hot, toast yourself a bit, give yourself liver damage, and get a bit randy.
Oh, a bit randy, love. Bit randy.
Do you think randy is a better word than horny?
I love randy.
Randy's good. Randy's like, ooh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm so randy.
I'm randy.
And horny sounds like,
Yes. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You know, I was in London recently and I met the Queen.
Is she randy?
I think she's randy. Well, if she read my book, she would be.
No, I feel guilty even discussing the possibility of Her Majesty the Queen being randy.
She said to me, "Oh, Miss Collins, because I got the OBE."
Oh, congratulations!
Order
I had no idea.
Thank you.
Lovely, Your Majesty.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's wonderful.
I know. So there I was in Buckingham Palace, and she says to me, "Oh, Miss Collins, I understand you've written many books." And I go, "Yeah, not bad for a school dropout, huh?" And she kind of laughed, and then she proffered her hand, and you have to back off.
All right. Well, she goes like that, and you have to go like a dance-off?
No, you're not allowed to turn your back on her, so you have to kind of back off, hoping that you're not going to trip up and break your neck.
Really? You're not allowed to turn your back on the Queen? What, will she knife you?
No, I guess so. Something like that. Maybe if she'd read one of my books, she would.
You know, when I was young, I was very anti-royal. I was into punk rock, and I hated all of that.
I want to see a picture of you when you were a punk rocker.
Well, I've got one somewhere, but I mean that's not the point. What I was saying is that I was very, and what I have found as I get older is I rather like them.
Yeah, they're rather interesting.
Yeah, and also when you look at all the politicians and you think, well, I wouldn't like you to be on the currency. You're a bastard. Yeah. But,
what do you think of young Harry and all his goings on?
Oh, he's just he's a Marine. He's been in combat. You know, he's if he wants to blow off a little steam, for God's sakes, let him. I mean, I got no problem with that. I mean, it's not like he was. You know, I know actually a couple of guys who have been over there with him. And he does the job.
You've got a secret smile. You know more than you say.
I'm impressed by that young man. He doesn't. It's not a publicity thing. He does his thing. So if he wants to go and get naked and drunk in Vegas and some time off, that's what he's fighting for the right to do. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Right. I agree. Yeah. Now.
Are you trying to? For years, soldiers have been taking a break when they get back home. Nothing wrong with that.
I have a lot of soldiers who write to me.
Really? I bet you do. Yeah.
I have a lot of people in Russia who write to me, and prisons. I'm very big in prisons. Well, I guess
me too, for different reasons, I think.
Why do you visit prisons?
No, not anymore.
Have you been in prison?
Not since I stopped drinking the Jackie Collins. No, why are you so big? I guess because they like a story.
They like a story, and you know they've got nothing else to do.
Well, there is the whole prison idea, isn't it?
You never know
it's
what they're
going to do. It's a big, long time out.
Yes, but they all write to me and complain. They go, you know, I went to get your book from the prison library, and they don't have them. Everybody's borrowing them all the time, and then they come back in bad condition. I don't know what that means. Although maybe I do. Yes.
Well,
I know.
A lot of things come back in bad condition.
Why you know.
Anyway, we're out of time.
We're out of time.
Yeah.
You're not going to analyze me with your pipe? You have a big pipe. I told you, big pipe. Yes.
This is not a pipe. You're welcome, students of Magritte. There's about 5 people in America who went, oh. So,
yes.
Okay, are you in analysis?
No. I'm English. We don't do that. Do you do that?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yes.
So what would
Once
be
a week.
a normal, how would you start off the conversation?
Oh, you wouldn't believe the week I've had. No, how I start it off is, it's a great day for America.
A great day for America, yes. Yeah.
We got to go, Jackie.
Okay, baby.
Jackie Collins, everybody.